We're on number 10 today, and we're talking about removing messes to have more things come into our life, whether it's more focus or more wealth or more peace of mind, less stress. So removing messes is an important concept, and we're talking about Kaizen. So I'll just give you 10 more seconds to get on, and let's get right to it. I hope you had a great week. We were off last week, we were gone, but now we're back live here with you. So removing messes. This is today's Laos time. And as you know, if you're joining us just now and you haven't watched other videos, Laos time is a time for me to challenge an idea or your attitude or to question your thinking, or maybe of a value or a concept or a philosophy that you've accepted, and maybe we can challenge it and make it better and make you think a bit differently. Laos time is just the art of doing that and interrupting your pattern or interrupting your way of thinking to improve yourself. So today's Laos time is looking at everything you have, whether it's material stuff in your office, in your home, and focus on removing messes. Removing messes has a couple of sides to it, not just physical but also emotional. And we're all guilty of this, of acquiring too much stuff. So you first start by cleaning out your closet and looking at all the clothes you have. And one way is to, whenever you wear something, when you put the clothes up, when you put it on the rack, if you wear it, put it the other way around, like put the hook on this side. That way you see what you wear on a regular basis. And you might find out, lo and behold, just like me, that you wear pretty much the same stuff all the time, and most of your wardrobe is not even used. So you're accumulating this stuff, this clothes, for no damn reason. And my wife really gets on me with this, and to just take that clothes and just give it away to a charity or to some organization that helps and gives clothes to people. So look at what you have and seriously think, well, do I really need this? And then throw it out, give it away. Start with your closet. Then go in your car. Look at your car inside. Is it spick and span, or is it messy in there? And then do the same thing. Clean everything in there as well. And then go through your office. If you work at an office, your home office, or at work, and you look at what you have, the papers, the stuff that you're accumulating and keeping for no damn reason. And then you go in meditation, and then you go through the stuff that you're holding on to in your mind. Meditation is not something that you sit down and that you have total empty or total blank slate. Some people think that, and most people starting meditation expect or think or have this preconceived idea about meditation, that you're like a monk and you're able to sit there for like 10 hours and not think of anything. That's not true. That is not the purpose of meditation. Meditation is how we explain it, and what you want to use that as a metaphor is you think of meditation just like being underwater. When you're underwater, bubbles of air come up, rise to the top, and then are released in the atmosphere. So you think of your thoughts and what you hold on to and what bothers you like those bubbles of air. So when you're in meditation, yes, you will be distracted. Yes, you will think of stuff. That's the whole point of doing meditation. So whether you're sitting, lying down, or walking, wherever you are, meditation doesn't have to be you dress in a white robe and shave your head and only eat like vegan or vegetarian food. You can do that if you want to, but you don't need to. So let's say you are sitting down, legs crossed, hands and knees, and you're really relaxed and you're breathing and you're focusing on the breath. Then of course, the conscious mind will, like is always asking questions and making you think, well, like, why am I sitting down? My legs hurt. You think about your dog. You think about your work, your career. All these things come up to the surface. The surface is your mind, into your consciousness. And what you have to learn to do is when a thought comes to mind, like that bubble of air, you let it go. You release it. Just like the bubble releases into the atmosphere, and you release it and you let it go. One thought comes in, release it. Other thought comes in, release it. And on and on and on for 15 minutes. That's the whole point of meditation. That's the first step. Eventually, yes, you will have less thoughts and you'll be able to focus on the moment. And what is the moment? The breath. Breathing. That miracle. Up and down. Eventually, you'll be able to focus on that and have less distractions. But again, I want to tell you that messes are all around us. In our homes, in our businesses, in our cars, everywhere. Clean them. And the most important, there's some messes in your mind, in your brain. So try to release things that don't serve you or that is stressing you out for no reason. We talked about these states of mind 2 weeks ago. So it ties into the same thing. So I really want you to pay attention. I really want you to seriously look at your stuff and what can you give away? What can you get rid of? That way, you cannot accumulate more if you're already full. It goes back to that idea, that philosophy of the cup. My dad told me this story, and Bruce Lee was very famous at talking about this story, about the teacup. And if you don't know it, then I'll just share it with you now. Master, student, always a master and a student together. And we talked about this before as well. You need a mentor. You need someone beside you to shadow you, to guide you through. The master and the student sitting together having tea. But the student is not a student yet. He wants to become a student. So the master is kind of like interviewing this potential student. And he's talking and talking and asking questions, but the student is really not ready to become a student of this master. And the master is trying to explain this concept to the student, potential student, that he's not ready, that he should wait maybe 1 more year or 5 years and then come back and see me when you're ready. So the master needs to really show a metaphor. He needs to show a story of what he means. So he starts pouring tea into a cup, and quickly the cup fills up and starts overflowing and overflowing, and until the master completely pours the whole tea, and the tea is just everywhere. So the lesson of the story is you need to empty your cup, whatever that means to you. So that means that with your own, you have to be humble, you have to stay open, you have to always be a student. Never think, don't let your ego stand in the way of your development, of your growth. So this potential student knew it all. He was arrogant. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, like I've done that. I know this, I know that. The tea in the cup represents that. His ego, his mind is full. He thinks he knows. So the master says, when you're ready to learn and that you empty your cup, just like that overflow, when you're able to empty it and I can fill it with my knowledge, then come back and see me. That's the story. Always empty your cup. And you empty the cup every time you do something. Every time, every day when you wake up. Remember the 4 states of the beginner's mind? The beginner's mind ties perfectly into emptying the cup. Empty your cup. Always. Always come back down to beginner's mind. And you'll see in your life, miracles will happen. You'll be happier. People will love being around you because you have this enthusiasm to learn and that you don't feel like you're a know-it-all. So that's the concept of removing messes. The cup, like tea, your closet, your home, your car is like a full cup. We can't put more tea in the cup. We can't attract more good stuff in our life if our cup is full, if we carry and keep messes around us. So once you clean, then you can bring in more, better ideas, more creativity, more enthusiasm. So it's a spiritual thing, and it's like spiritual, like trying to burn. Like you burn wood, you burn clothes. It's a metaphor. You like walking on fire, like the firewalk coming up this Saturday. It's a metaphor. You take an old idea, an old behavior, and you burn it. And then it's renewed. Once you burn something, it renews. There's this new energy, and you're a transformation. That's the idea. So remove messes. That's the first thing. Second, Kaizen. K-A-I-Z-E-N. What is Kaizen? Do you know what Kaizen is? If you do, please write it in the comments. And if you have questions, remember, ask them, and it'll be our pleasure to answer questions. Ah ouais? Ok. Ouais. Bon, là, je vais avoir une autre vidéo aussi. All right. Kaizen. Kaizen means excellence. Okay, so this is another concept. Japanese. I love Japanese philosophy. Kaizen is excellence in everything you do. Everything. From brushing your teeth, to eating, to getting dressed up in the morning, to your training. Everything, you focus on making it excellent. This is we could have a long discussion about this, but let's keep it short and brief. Excellence. When you move, when you walk, when you eat, when you handle stuff, do you have finesse? And I remember a long time ago at an airport, getting ready for a trip, and there's this Japanese guy, ironically, in the back, loading luggage. Just a normal guy. But he understood Kaizen for luggage control. This guy, I could have sat down right like on a stool, like on a chair there, and just watch him for 15 minutes in awe. How he was handling the luggage, just basic luggage, he turned it into an art form. How he handled it, how he would lift it and control it and spin it and put it on the conveyor belt. Something really basic. But it was beautiful to watch how he applied Kaizen to his work. So my work is martial arts, so I make everything, I make it beautiful. Yes, you can make it. There's two philosophies. And Danny Nosanto talked about this when I met him last year. You either have a guy who doesn't look the part, and there's no right or wrong in this, but either the guy or the girl, they don't look good. They might be overweight. They don't look like a martial artist. But then you put the gloves on, and he can just knock you out. He's raw. He's not nice, but he gets the job done. That's one person. Then the other person looks really good. Man, he has the look. He just looks like a martial artist. He has the build. He has the uniform. He has the clothes. Like, he looks so damn good. But then when you put gloves on, this guy can't fight his way out of a paper bag. For me, I don't want to be either one of these guys. I want to be the Kaizen guy. I want to have the look. I want to have the part, look the part, and also bring the goods to be able to deliver on what I'm doing in martial arts. One thing that I do for Kaizen development is in stretching. So when I look at people stretch, I really pay attention on how they move, and I'll just show you a couple of examples. You can stretch that when I look at you, you look stiff and awkward and like you're not caring about your body. You're not caring about the movement. And I have to show you like examples of this, so I'll just zoom in a little bit. I want to make sure you see it correctly. Okay, So, first way will be no Kaizen. Second way will be with Kaizen. And then you tell me which one is best. Some people prepare for a stretch and they just sit down and then just start stretching and doing the movement and not really paying attention to what they're doing. For me, I don't say anything, but I'm very, very visual, and I pay attention very well to students, and I look at them. I won't say anything, but in my mind I'm saying, well, maybe you need to learn and to improve that Kaizen, that excellence in everything you do. Watch this. When I prepare to stretch, everything I do, I'm aware of my arms and my movement. I make it look as if it's a choreography, as if you went to a Cirque du Soleil or any type of ballet or any type of show, that when you position yourself, you're aware of your stance, of your legs, and you take the time to have finesse when preparing the stretch. Now, I could go on and on how do you approach the stretch? How do you prepare for the stretch? How do you look when you're doing the stretch? I love this stuff about Kaizen and excellence. Let's keep it at that for today for your stretching. Be aware that when you stand and you prepare, then when you transition, I could just do it ugly, but I try to make it pretty. I make it look good, excellent. So when I hook my hands, right? And I'm aware of my body, and I make everything nice and smooth and visually appealing. For me, this is another level of mastery, that you master the body through stretching. And then we can take that into sparring, into fighting, into pad work, into grappling, and you make every transition beautiful. It's an art, it takes time. So I want you to ponder and think about that for this week. Remove messes, and whatever you do, when you walk, make it beautiful. When you prepare food, how you handle the dishes, how you cook, how you control everything, you make it nice. You make it into a performance. And again, it goes back to awareness and finesse. So if you like this concept, give me some love, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Think about this stuff, and next week we'll continue talking about this and how we can use Kaizen in every other area of our life. But again, I'm serious when I say remove messes. Go through everything, clean everything. When you're in meditation, let things come to your mind and remove it. Let it go. And train this ability. Until next time, I'll stay on for another 10 seconds. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to add them in there. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Good job.